You've been told all your life that time heals everything, haven't you? That you just have to wait for the dust to settle and things will fix themselves? I hate to break it to you, but you've been sabotaged by that advice. This is the most dangerous illusion out there, a kind of anesthesia that makes you ignore the emotional cancer growing right in your living room. The truth is, time doesn't resolve anything if the wound is dirty. It only causes infection. If you feel that no matter how hard you try, there is a cold, invisible wall separating you two in bed, at the dinner table, and in your conversations, the fault isn't in today. The fault lies in what you swept under the rug yesterday. Many couples live like actors on a stage, smiling on the outside while carrying tons of past mistakes and selfish attitudes that were never truly forgiven, just forgotten in the rush of life. But imagine if there was a way to demolish this wall brick by brick and feel, right now, that relief of finally dropping a backpack full of rocks. I'm not talking about magic. I'm talking about a practical method of restoration that few have the courage to apply. If you want to stop pretending and start truly loving each other again, stay with me until the end, because what we're going to talk about here will unlock forgiveness and change the game in your home. Have you ever stopped to think why that fight from years ago still seems to haunt today's breakfast? We have this habit of thinking time solves everything, but the truth is, time isn't a magical janitor. Trying to move forward without dealing with past mistakes is like having a leak in your living room wall and just painting over it. The stain will return, and the smell of mold will permeate the whole house, bothering both of you. Often, the feeling that the relationship is stuck comes precisely from the fact that we haven't processed what happened back then. It's like carrying a backpack on a steep trail. If you put rocks in it and never take them out, eventually your knees will buckle. Without true restoration, these old hurts become dead weight that prevents the couple from running freely toward the dreams they built together in the beginning. You know those harsh words that slipped out in the heat of the moment and were never retracted? Or those selfish attitudes we committed thinking they were no big deal? Well, they left deep marks on your partner's emotional hard drive. It's no use formatting the computer if the virus is still hiding there. You have to face the fact that these small actions have been mining trust and creating a cold distance, even if you sleep in the same bed. Imagine your marriage as a joint emotional bank account where every gesture counts. If the balance is negative because of constant withdrawals of impatience, you need to start investing heavily in deposits of kindness and active listening. Try, for example, swapping immediate defensiveness for a genuine, "I understand you." It's a small, practical investment that starts to prepare the arid soil of the heart so that forgiveness can finally flourish. Many people tried to skip steps, wanting to live the honeymoon phase again without cleaning the house first, but that's a trap. It's like running a marathon with pebbles in your shoes. It will hurt with every step, and the urge to give up will hit hard. The wall that rose between you didn't appear overnight. It is the result of a silent accumulation of unsaid things and feelings swallowed dry that are now demanding payment. Think of this invisible barrier as a solid construction built brick by brick. Over the years, every time one of you prioritized your own ego instead of the us, you put more cement on this wall. To tear it down, you can't come in with an uncontrolled wrecking ball. True restoration requires us to dismantle the structure with intelligence and care, analyzing it piece by piece so we don't bring the whole house down on your heads. Now, the big insight is, how do we discover what these specific bricks are if we are already so used to the wall being there? Sometimes our vision gets biased and we can't see where we went wrong, thinking the fault is always the other person's. But there is a very potent way to bring these past mistakes to light to be treated, a method that involves looking in directions we rarely look. Let's face the reality of this wall dividing you. It didn't sprout from the ground on its own. It was a job done by 4 hands. Every time we let pride speak louder or had those selfish attitudes of wanting to win the argument at all costs, we placed a brick there. It is painful to admit, but this barrier blocking affection from flowing today is in truth a monument to our unresolved failures that block intimacy. Think of the harsh words launched like arrows in moments of anger. They don't vanish into thin air. They stay stuck in memory. The problem is that we get used to the rudeness and think it's just the other person's way. But this sickens the relationship and cries out for restoration. Tearing down the structure requires the courage to look at each brick individually and acknowledge, it was I who put this here when I was insensitive to you. The challenge is that often we're blind to our own past mistakes and have a selective memory that only remembers where the other person messed up. We create perfect justifications for our slip-ups, but the spouse's heart felt the blow for real, and the bill arrives. To break this cycle, you need to get out of the defense mode and enter the investigation mode, seeking the raw, naked truth, no matter how much it hurts. How about doing something practical and transformative tonight? Take some time in silence and ask God to bring to memory the exact moments where you failed. It's a powerful exercise of humility that prepares the ground for forgiveness, because it takes the focus off of accusation and places it on personal responsibility. The answer might come as a flash of a forgotten scene at a dinner or on a trip. Don't trust your head alone. Grab pen and paper right now. Seriously, no phone notes. Handwriting connects the brain more. Writing materializes the problem and takes the weight off the mind, transforming confusing feelings into concrete facts that can be treated. By listing these memories, you are taking away the power these selfish attitudes have to control your present from the shadows. The next step in this dynamic is to invite your partner into the game and ask them to make a list of the mistakes they felt came from your side. Easy now, take a deep breath, because reading or hearing this without fighting back requires giant self-control, but it is essential for complete restoration. It's time to lower your guard and validate the pain of the person walking beside you without trying to explain yourself. But what if I told you that the vision of both of you might still be a little blurred by the emotions of the moment? Sometimes those outside the fight see the rubble much more clearly than those in the middle of the dust. There is a group of people, very intimate with you, who have watched everything from the front row and might have the final key to unlocking what you don't see.
You would be surprised at how much our own minds can deceive us when the subject is past mistakes. Sometimes we think we are wronged victims, but those who live with us clearly see the cracks in our posture. It is time to seek eyewitnesses to this dynamic, people who love you but aren't afraid to point out where the shoe pinches and where kindness was missing in the day-to-day. Look at your children, if you have them. They are extremely sensitive and honest emotional radars. Children absorb everything, including those subtle, selfish attitudes, like an impatient eye roll or a snappy answer at dinner time. Asking them, "Son, have you ever seen dad or mom being angry with each other for no reason?" can hurt, but it brings a liberating and necessary truth. If you don't have children, or even to complement this, turn to your parents or trusted mentors who accompany the couple's journey. They know your quirks and have probably noticed when you were unkind to your spouse at family gatherings. Hearing about these slip-ups from them is bitter medicine, I know, but vital to achieving the genuine restoration that the relationship needs so much right now. The posture here should not be defensive, but that of someone investigating themselves with total courage and transparency. Approach these people saying, "We are trying to improve our marriage, and we need to be honest. Do you remember any time I was rude to my partner?" This demonstrates giant humility and signals to the universe that you are taking seriously the mission to seek forgiveness and fix what was broken. When receiving these answers, resist that crazy urge to justify yourself or say, but they deserved it that day." Just listen, take notes, and say thank you, because every external pointer is a valuable clue to tearing down the wall. Facing this raw reality is the best antidote against the selfish attitudes that try to convince us we're always right and the other is the villain of the story. After listening to the voice of conscience, the spouse and close people, you will look at the paper and realize something scary. The list got long. It might be a shock to discover that the wall of past mistakes is much higher and thicker than imagined. It is normal to feel a tightness in your chest, seeing in black and white the real size of the damage caused by a lack of care over the years. Faced with this huge and intimidating list, it is very easy to despair and think there is no way out, that the hole is too deep. But take a deep breath and don't let guilt paralyze you now, because this discovery, however ugly it may seem, only proves that you are human. There is a universal principle, ancient and very comforting, that explains exactly why we all fail and what is the only real way to clean up this mess. Looking at this extensive list of failures can tie a knot in your stomach. I know, it's scary. It's as if suddenly we realized that the baggage of past mistakes is much heavier than we admitted in superficial conversations. But rest assured, because discovering the real size of the problem is half the solution. Now you know exactly what you are fighting against. Don't be intimidated by the height of the wall, because every construction, no matter how high, can come down. The liberating truth is that no one is perfect, and accepting this takes a huge weight off the couple's shoulders. The Bible itself, an ancient wisdom, has already warned us that everyone has sinned and failed, both with the divine and with the people they love. Accepting that you are flawed and subject to selfish attitudes eliminates the unbearable pressure of having to be the immaculate hero or heroine of the story. You are just two human beings trying to get it right, and messing up is part of the process. Seeing this high and thick wall in front of you isn't the end of the line. It is the starting point for restoration. Every item noted on this sheet of paper represents a brick that is now visible and ready to be removed with your own hands. Before, you were banging your heads in the dark. Now, with the light shining on the problems, you can pick up the sledgehammer of humility and start breaking the structure. The real danger isn't having problems, it's pretending they don't exist. The first fatal blow to this wall happens the exact moment you admit the failure out loud, without buts and without howevers. It's not just reading the list coldly, it's looking in the eye and saying, "I messed up on this, and I am sorry for hurting you." This sincere confession is what unlocks the door for forgiveness to enter and do the necessary cleaning in the heart. It is an exercise of vulnerability that requires courage but generates a deep connection. Don't let guilt suffocate the hope of better days, for it should serve only as a warning sign, not a sentence. Acknowledging selfish attitudes is painful, yes, but it is that healing pain, similar to cleaning a wound so it doesn't get infected. It means the healing process has truly begun and the poison of resentment is being drained. You're on the right path, even if it seems difficult. Think of this as an essential renovation in an old house that you love very much and don't want to abandon. To make everything new and cozy, you first need to break the old plaster and remove all the rubble accumulated by past mistakes. It is dirty and tiring work, but imagine the beautiful, bright, peaceful room that will emerge after this work. The vision of the restored future is the fuel to endure the dust of now. Demolishing this wall brick by brick is what will allow you to see each other again, without filters, without hurts, and with renewed love. Complete restoration is right there waiting for you on the other side of this wall you just mapped with such courage. Now that the cards are on the table and the truth has been spoken, the crucial question remains that defines your future. What are we effectively going to do with all this rubble we discovered? Now, the ball is in your court. There's no point in us having this deep conversation if, when you turn off the screen, you go back to your automatic routine, letting selfish attitudes win again.
Knowledge without practice is just dead weight in the mind. I challenge you to make the inventory of past mistakes. And I know it's scary, but the restoration of your joy depends on this first step of courage. Don't leave for tomorrow the forgiveness that can save today's dinner. I want to know who here is truly committed to change. Leave the phrase, "I will tear down the wall," in the comments so I know you're not here to play games. But listen well, cleaning up the past is vital, but it isn't everything. What good is removing the rubble if you don't understand the climate reigning in the relationship right now? If you try to plant new seeds at a time when the marriage is going through a rigorous winter, nothing will grow. There is a cycle, a dynamic of phases that every couple faces, and knowing exactly where you are stepping right now is what prevents love from dying suffocated. There is essential content appearing here on the screen that is the map for this next stage. Click on it to understand how to navigate these changes without sinking. And of course, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell because our mission to bulletproof this love is just beginning. Let's do this together.